Hello everyone, my name is Pixlriffs. Welcome to Snapshot 15w41b, and I have loaded up a new world based on the Caves of Chaos preset, which is freaking awesome, by the way, to show you something very, very special that they added to Minecraft in yesterday's Snapshot. And I imagine by now a lot of you guys will have seen this already, but that's right, boats are fixed. No, I'm kidding. There are wings in Minecraft now. We'll get to the boats. To be honest, the boats are a really awesome feature as well, but we will get to those shortly when I'm down and there is water. But these are Elytra, or possibly Elytra. No one's quite found a consensus on how to spell it yet, but they're actually based on the wings of a beetle. Apparently there's some kind of outer carapace shell thing that beetles have with wings in it, and that's what is known as Elytra or Elytra in real life. I'm just going to keep saying Elytra because I like it slightly better that way. But these are a set of usable wings which you put in the chest slot of your... Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I had to play around with these on a live stream the other day, and they are absolutely spectacular. So you put them in the chest slot of your armor, just like a regular chest piece, and they appear kind of like a cape on the back. And right now, if you shift, they kind of stay where they are, but I'm sure they will fix that. They will probably have a little animation for it. It'd be really cool if they just opened up ever so slightly or something. Anyway, these are still very much a work in progress, so sometimes they are a little bit buggy, but we are going to go for a quick test flight right now to show you how they work. Basically, you take a leap of faith off of whatever cliff you happen to be standing on, and the wings will spread after you get to a certain point of falling, and then you just glide around using the mouse. I'm not touching the keyboard right now. There are no keys required in this. You can't press a button to flap. You can't hold space or something to flap the wings. They are just a glider, but look at this. This is an absolutely spectacular way to experience Minecraft, and it's coming to 1.9, and I could not be more excited for this feature. This is absolutely fantastic. So Elytra have 432 durability, naturally. Whoa, okay, the world generation is not working out in my favour right now. Yeah, this preset is kind of hectic, so I can imagine my computer's having a little bit of time rendering it and recording at the same time. But not to worry, we will come in for a landing over here. It's a little bit glitchy right now, especially if you land on leaves. But there you go, that's the landing. Oh, and fantastic, a nice open space of water where I can tell you all about the boat. But for now, we will come down here and I will stand in the water to tell you a little bit more. So these have 432 durability. It's not taking any durability right now because I'm in creative mode, but in survival, they seem to decrease in durability for about 1 point every second of flight or something like that. We kind of played around with it yesterday on the live stream and I didn't really get any conclusive results from that, but I'm not the Minecraft science guy, so I recommend checking out some stuff online about these just to see if there's any kind of confirmed statistics about that kind of stuff. But yes, they have 432 durability. Naturally, they can be enchanted in an anvil with an Unbreaking 3 book. You can't put them in a regular enchantment table, but you get them in an anvil with an Unbreaking 3 book, and they can get Unbreaking 3. And somebody on Reddit figured out that you can travel around 120 kilometers an hour in Minecraft, which if you consider that is that's 120,000 blocks an hour, so that's pretty quick. And you can see I was flying around pretty fast up there. If you have Unbreaking 3, you have the potential to travel over 48,000 blocks with these things, so they're pretty durable at first, especially. And the cool thing about it is, when the durability runs out, the wings don't just disappear right now. I don't know if this is going to change before the actual release of 1.9, but they will not just disappear. They run out of durability, they're no longer usable, but they can be repaired with leather in an anvil, and the item will stick around even if it's been used up to 0 durability left. It will just break and stay in your inventory. So when you get hold of these are going to be the first item in Minecraft that isn't completely disposable. You don't just end up getting rid of it, although I advise you not to run into any lava streams. Currently it sets the player on fire but not the item, which is kind of helpful, I suppose. Yeah, I recommend using them in third person, because if you can use them in first person, and obviously the effect is still pretty much the same, but it just helps to know that the wings are open out behind you, and there isn't a GUI or a HUD kind of indicator that the wings have opened. You pretty much just have to take, before, a leap of faith, and sometimes that's a little bit tricky to do. But yeah, they are absolutely fantastic for gliding around, and On Reddit, some people have even managed to get them to do kind of mid-air rolls and stuff. I think that's more of like a camera perspective thing than it is anything else, because there's not like a key to do a barrel roll or something like that. It's pretty much just your own controls, but they are absolutely awesome. So I recommend, if you don't know how to get snapshots working on your PC, basically you just have to upload. You have to start a new profile in your launcher, name it Snapshots, and then add, go to the profile settings and change it so that it says use development snapshots, and it will always load up the latest snapshot. And you can also pick from any of the previous snapshot versions, but please make sure you back up your worlds if you're loading any of your existing worlds. I recommend creating new ones. I recommend creating ones with these presets. Like, I had a fly around on an Isle Land preset server earlier on, and it was fantastic. And I even loaded in a backup file of my patron server, because my patron server is on 1.8 right now. It's not using the snapshots, so guys on the patron server, don't freak out. But it's absolutely spectacular being able to fly around your worlds like this. And to be honest, I don't see it being used as much of an advantage in PvP situations or anything like that. I mean, it'd be good for scouting enemy locations, perhaps, because you can fly around really fast right now. And it is possible to hold a sword and a shield while you're using it. I'll give you a quick example here with a sword and a shield. If you're flying around with these, it will show them up in your hands and you can block whilst you're flying. So potentially they could be used strategically for combat. That's something that could happen. And it is possible to throw splash potions and the new potions of the lingering potions whilst you're flying around, but I don't know if that's going to be something that is strategically useful, because right now the potions sort of fly out at a weird angle to you, and it's not particularly accurate where they land. So yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how those features end up being implemented, what stuff gets tweaked before the official launch. One of the coolest things that I saw on Reddit, I think Captain Fritz posted this to Reddit, was if you put the Ender Dragon head on at the same time, and you can fly around like you're the dragon, which is possibly one of the most awesome things I've ever seen. The mouth goes while you're moving and everything. Like, obviously it's a little bit difficult to control looking at yourself, but can you imagine flying around the battlefield with an Ender Dragon head on? That would just be the most cool thing. Right, I'm gonna quickly get out of this flying mode briefly just to show you guys the update to boats, because boats have been on the fix list for goodness knows how long. Everyone in Minecraft always comes back to, when is Dinnerbone going to fix boats? And the answer is in this snapshot. Now, boats have been different in Pocket Edition for a while. They've got these different type of wood boats, and right now the crafting recipe for boats has changed. Oh, by the way, Elytra aren't craftable. I probably mentioned that at some point, but if I didn't, they're not craftable. You're going to find them in those ships in the end cities, which I had a really difficult time finding. So it's going to be very, very difficult to get hold of a set of those in survival, but have fun looking for those, because yeah, it's going to really give people an excuse to explore the new end cities for the first time. Anyway, back to boats. What you have here is a crafting recipe for a boat, which now incorporates a shovel. You'll notice that when I make the usual U shape out of wood planks, doesn't make a boat. You have to add a shovel in as well, because you're using shovels as the oars. And I tried crafting these with the different colours of wood. Wow, my cat is running away. I tried crafting these with the different types of wood, and it didn't work right now. So I think the crafting recipe only applies to oak boats at the moment, but then in future we will be able to craft them out of any type of wood. They're already available in the transportation section of the inventory alongside the new wings if you want to check those out in creatives. So the cool thing about these is that despite the fact that they sink, they are much more sturdy than regular old Minecraft boats. If you collide with something with them, they are pretty much bomb-proof. If you run into a wall at full speed, then you're not going to take any damage. The boat is not going to take any damage. They're pretty sturdy. If you hop out of a boat and you try and push it around, the new entity collision thing makes it so that the boat doesn't move and you just kind of bounce off it like this. Well, the boat might move a tiny little bit. It seems to move slightly more if you go at it from a diagonal, but right now it is not moving a great deal. So boats have a slightly different control scheme now. I realise I'm kind of talking about this in really sort of roundabout ways, but yeah, the boats have a new control scheme now where you control the two oars using the A and D keys. So it's pretty much like maneuvering a boat in real life. You hold down the left key to move the left oar, which spins you around to the right. You hold down the D key that would normally be your right strafe to operate the right oar and turn left. And then if you hold both of them down together, you go straight forward because you're rowing at the same time. And yeah, right now I'm kind of in darkness, so it's a little bit difficult to see. Let's see if I can get back out into the light over here. But already, like, my head in that boat is kind of hilarious, just kind of looking out at you from the shadows. There we go. Okay, so right now there isn't like a player animation for rowing, but the camera perspective no longer controls the direction the boat is going. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. I've been automatically kind of turning the way I want to go, but this is kind of cool because it means you'd be able to control the camera and fire at people from boats especially with the new arrows. I think this is going to be fantastic, but you could still use a bow from a boat like this. Right now, using items in boats is a little bit glitchy, and I'm not sure if they're planning on adding that into the final release, but it is a little bit difficult to actually fire at somebody from a boat. So I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. I don't really have any targets down here in any case. But yeah, these new boats are fantastic. And to be honest, this is what Minecraft has needed for a while, is some sort of update that makes boats a little bit more reliable for sea travel. And of course, it's the one that like almost invalidates them by the use of wings. Only thing is, these are going to be very, very easily craftable in the game, and the wings are going to be very, very difficult to come by. One of the other awesome things about boats is that they can now also hold mobs. So I've spawned a pig in the back of this boat, and he's obviously having the time of his life, despite the fact that the boat is slightly waterlogged. But you will be able to bring mobs around with you, which means your pet dog or your cat or whatever you want to bring with you can travel over land. Yeah, careful not to row them into any waterfalls, though, because they might have a little bit of a hard time. But, oh, yep, he's dead. Well, that was unfortunate. RIP Pixlriffs. But yeah, this is kind of cool right now. And right now, I'm not sure if it's working exactly as intended. It seems to work best if you have spawn eggs and stuff to spawn stuff in. But you can also spawn in hostile mobs in a boat, which isn't going to be too much of a problem for me in creative. But there we go. We've got a villager zombie passenger now. Oh, I didn't cover the new villager zombies either. They've got robes related to their professions now. So once you cure a librarian villager, you will actually get a librarian. But check us out. We're just going for like a romantic cruise over here. This is pretty awesome. And so yeah, you can add mobs to boats. Mobs AI is supposed to take control of the boat once you leave it as well, so it might be kind of interesting to see what happens if your pig gets in a boat and decides to go on its own little adventure. But this is a fantastic new addition. I think it's going to be great for anybody who tames a wolf or something overseas and then needs to bring it back to their home base. I know a couple of my server mates have tried that in the past, so it's going to make it fantastic to be able to do that. So that is pretty much the most incredible stuff that has been added to Minecraft recently. There have been a couple of new changes. Skeletal horses now spawn in thunderstorms, that kind of stuff. They have a chance to spawn the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Also very, very cool. So I'm excited to see what else is coming in these Minecraft snapshots, because there is undoubtedly a couple more things that need to be tweaked before the full release of 1.9, and I am looking forward to it immensely at this point. I'm looking forward to flying around my world, seeing what's happening, and just generally enjoying the update. So we're going for a bit of a nighttime flight here, but I want to say thank you very much for watching this video. My name has been Pixlriffs. I can barely see myself. Please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and today's video was brought to you by the very kind patron donation of Eric Kaufman, who's going to be joining us on the patron server in November. Thank you so much. Dankeschön, I believe he's from Germany. Thank you so much for your donation. It's really very much appreciated. If you want to check out the awesome rewards available on my Patreon page, head over to patreon.com/pixlriffs and consider donating. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now. Inside is looking pretty good. I do need to light it up now because we've actually got a closed roof on the place. But I figure the fire out here is providing a little bit of light, and then we can throw in a torch or two here and there if we need to. But it's looking...